And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
I certainly am, and thank you very much there, legendary John Bon Jovial, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you also to Titty Bingo, our house band, for providing the theme music that we use every week. We're so glad you could join us here today. We've got another exciting show, lots of good music, some interesting people to talk to, and we're going to get into it right now with a brand new track from a group that's making a lot of noise around the world. They call themselves Wolf Alice, and this is their latest Delicious Things. Speaking of eerie and transcendental, I don't know. That's a haunting little number. They call themselves Wolf Alice. That track is Delicious Things from their Blue Weekend album, which was just released a few days ago, June 9th to be exact. It's their third and arguably best album. And they're a four-piece group out of London. They're sounding a lot more polished, sharper writing, and concentrating on late 20s anxieties. If you didn't really get the lyric, you more or less have to listen to several tracks from the album to get the feel for it, but it's swaggering stuff nonetheless. Blue Weekend is fairly obviously a lunge for something bigger. The Guardian paper out of London notes that the producer of this album is Marcus Grays, whose work with Coldplay, Arcade Fire, Florence and the Machine suggests that he's very much the type of guy that you pick up the phone and call if your ambitions extend a bit further than your present status. So we get the impression that they are really out to improve upon their growing reputation. And, go online, listen to the album, see what you think, and if you have comments you'd like to share with us, drop us a line. David at thedavidbowers.com. And John Bon Jovial, we have a minute here. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Florence and the Machine, because I was thinking the same thing. It's got a very ethereal feel to it, and they use some synthesizing in this. I wouldn't call it auto-tune, but the effect that they used to try to simulate a telephone conversation, I think, was very effective with that when you combine that with the lush production values that it has behind the lead vocal. So it's a nice song. It's got a lot of commercial potential, I think, and if they can get some airplay on some of these terrestrial radio stations, if they can get airplay on Spotify and Sirius XM, places like that, they can go far. Because I think there's potential for that.
I think they're going to get just that, because they have been making a lot of noise over the last year or two. And I know when I saw the new album was out, I didn't hesitate to go pull it up and listen to a track or two from it. And this is the first release from that album. And for you listeners who want to check it out, the album is Blue Weekend, and I think we've all had one or two of those. Anyway, nothing blue about the fact that Tyler Dozier is standing by in the green room. We're going to call him to come on in here and have a chat with us right after we listen to Doing Time in Texas.
I step off the porch and chase that blinding sun with my hand. I can feel the heat reminding me where I am. I told her I'd be here until she returned. I never knew how long that would be. You live and learn. I'm doing time in Texas. No prison walls in sight. Only wide open spaces. Still I'm trapped inside. The minutes feel like days to this weary man.
did I mention we've got a rather eclectic show today, in case you didn't figure that out for yourself, going from the ethereal sounds of Wolf Alice to the pure country sounds of Mr. Tyler Dozier and doing time in Texas. And we're going to bring the gentleman on here right now. Say hello, Tyler.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
You are, my friend. You are. Welcome aboard, and thank you for joining us here today. Good to have you on board. That's a great tune. I like that. Even, you know, some of the old-time purists might complain about, about electric guitars and an organ backing you up, but I think it's very well done, and they're in addition to the sound. I think they emphasize the sound that you're creating there, and I'll give you all the congratulations in the world for that. Great job. And thank you again for joining us here today. Tell us a little bit about Tyler Dozier, because we're not familiar with you. Where'd you come from? How'd you get to where you are today?
Man, I come from the deep roots of Southeast Texas. And, I got here because I've been playing music my whole life. So it kind of just fell upon me, and got the opportunity to cut doing time in Texas. So I jumped on that, and like you say, I like the traditional sound, but I wanted to jazz it up a little bit. I wanted to do something a little different.
Yeah, right.
So
and you did.
As
I said, I think it's a great sound. You've incorporated the heavier, more contemporary instrumentation without losing the pure country feel. What you say, John Bon Jovial? I know you're a country music addict. What's your opinion?
Well, seeing as I jocked country for many, many years, as anybody that listens to this show on a regular basis knows that, because I've kind of touted my own virtues from time to time.
Yeah,
but,
I'm
Mr. Humble Guy. Yes, that's me. Hey, Tyler, welcome to the show. We are so thrilled that you're here with us. I love the music. I mean, that is just great. I can see you in a honky-tonk, and I can see you behind the chicken wire while everybody's getting loaded and dancing and having a good time. And I don't know if that's what you're going for, but I tell you what, I think you've got a